All over the internet, we see these videos of these huge, soft, tame Tegu lizards, but we always wanted to know, how do people get them this way? If you're a new Tegu owner, I'm sure you want your Tegu to be that tame as well. But all over the internet, we see videos of people training their Tegus as hatchlings. But what if you got a juvenile or an adult Tegu at first? Well, in this video, we're going to teach you how you can tame a juvenile and an adult Tegu. So stick around, guys. This is Animals Team Exotic. Let's get started. Before we begin, we have to understand one thing. All Tegus are different. They're all individuals. The techniques that we may show you in this video may work for one or many Tegus, but it may not work for some Tegus. So, knowing this, we have to be patient because all Tegus are different. So, if you're a patient person, this video is for you. So, let's continue. So, you brought your Tegu home, and the first thing he does when you put him in his new enclosure after a few minutes is just run away and hide from you. Well, don't be disappointed, because this is to be expected. When I first brought Titus home, the first thing he did was hide in his hiding spot for over a week, and I didn't see him. But you want to see your Tegu, I'm sure. You want him to be tame, non-afraid of you. But let's understand why he's acting this way. So, let's understand. Your Tegu is only afraid of you simply because he doesn't know you. These animals are predators, but they're also prey. So they're terrified of things that are larger than them. They think they're going to be harmed. So, simply put, they don't know you, they think you're going to hurt them, and most of all, their environment is completely new. It's like being at the first day of school. You don't know anyone, the environment is new, and you're stressed. You don't speak, you're reserved. That's exactly how these animals are. The new environment scares them, and so do you. But we're going to learn how we can alleviate these problems. So, let's continue. So, how can we begin to build the trust between your lizard and you? Number 1, get your Tegu used to the daily routine. So, what does this involve? This simply involves one thing: leaving your Tegu alone, not trying to pick him up or pet him. The only thing you need to do is change his water, give him his food, and provide enclosure maintenance. Now, Tegus are intelligent. They have eyes to see with as well. They can see who's giving them fresh food. They can see who's giving them water. And they also realize that while this is being done, they're not being harmed in the process. So they associate these things with a lack of threatening behavior because they're not being harmed in any way when these things are being done. So this helps make significant progress in helping your Tegu tame down. This is a crucial step in building the bond of trust between you and your lizard. This should be practiced for a few weeks or as long as it takes until you see a less reactive lizard in his enclosure. And also, remember, resist the urge to pet him or try and pick him up. Now, it's been a good little while. You've kept up with your Tegu's maintenance, you haven't petted him or tried to bother him. But you've noticed one thing. Every time you enter into the room, your Tegu runs away into his hiding spot. And all you want to do is just see him. And as a Tegu owner, this can be extremely frustrating. So, our next technique will help to alleviate this frustrating problem. Let's see it. Number 2, get your Tegu used to your presence. Now, what does this mean? This means we need to get our Tegu used to us being in his space without being afraid. But this technique takes lots of practice because there's a language barrier between you and the animal. So how can we even go about doing this? For this next technique, you'll just need a few things. You'll need your phone, a pair of earbuds, or a good book to keep you occupied. For this next phase, you'll need your Tegu's food bowl, his favorite food if you figured out what it is, and you'll also need a chair or a cushion to sit on. And make sure your Tegu is hungry before you get started with this technique. Next, what you need to do is put your Tegu's favorite food in the middle of his enclosure where you can see him clearly and also where he can see you clearly. After doing this, close his enclosure door, sit down, be quiet, get your phone out, keep yourself occupied, and do absolutely nothing. He may come out very soon, or he may not come out at all. But the point is patience. Now, how is this going to benefit us by doing absolutely nothing? Now, you see your Tegu coming out. You know he's hungry. He's making his way to his food bowl. What do? Absolutely nothing. Relax, don't react, and don't make any sudden movements because Tegus are extremely skittish and sudden movements can easily scare them away and they'll associate this experience with negativity. So do absolutely nothing and don't make eye contact. If he comes to eat, just sit back and do nothing. Let him eat. He can see you sitting there. He knows you're not hurting him if he's coming out to eat. This is exactly what you need. You need him to associate your presence with everything positive. Food and no harm. This is exactly what you want. So when you see him coming out, do not get excited. Hold your excitement in, let him eat, even let him bask after eating. But don't react to him, don't make eye contact, don't move. You're making progress from this point. Just a quick note. These animals don't know what you're saying, but they remember and they know what you're doing. So when you're implementing these strategies, just remember, they don't know what you're saying, but they know what you're doing, which may be even more powerful than words to begin with. So let's continue. By the way, do you guys have any other taming techniques that you use on your Tegus? If you do, let us know in the comments down below because we would love to hear it. We want to have your knowledge, guys. All right, guys, this is a short video, but this is only part 1. Part 2 will be coming up next. But until part 2 comes out, keep on practicing these techniques we've been learning about, guys. Make sure you're persistent at it. Don't rush your animals, but make sure they understand what you're doing and why you're doing it. And by that time, you'll be ready for when part 2 comes out. So turn on your post notifications, guys. Subscribe to our channel and our Instagram listed in the description below. And be sure to also watch our famous video, Body Language of Tegus. All right, guys, this is Animals Team Exotic. We'll see you guys in the next one.